I'm Diane Langworthy. I live in Fort Fairfield. I'm a registered Democrat. People are sad up here.
It's Unorganized Territory, the podcast where Maine voters have their say on the 2026 election and America's political moment. I'm Jay Field. It's Tuesday, March 17th.
The prices in our grocery stores are horrific. They have not gone down, and a lot of people believed that Trump was going to turn around the economy.
Diane Langworthy has lived in Aroostook County almost continuously since the early 1980s. She's retired now after a long career as a pastor with the United Church of Christ, where she served parishes in Houlton and in Fort Fairfield. As she looks to November, Diane has questions. Will high food prices make it more difficult to afford the large family meals she loves to cook for her 16 grandchildren, many of whom live nearby and have defied the county's persistent outmigration trend? Will she and her husband have the health care they need nearby as they age? Or will they need to move away, as some friends already have?
For my husband and me both, we love this place because it's rural. I grew up actually in western Massachusetts on farmland that had been in the family for 5 generations. My husband's from Montana. We always said we only live in M states, but it's rural up here, and we love that about it. We love the outdoors, we love cold weather, and we love people who are creative and know how to connect with one another, and we find that more in rural areas than we do in large cities.
You're a registered Democrat.
Yes, which is a fairly recent development. It became important to me because I found people in the Democratic Party that were willing to work for truth, to protect health insurance, rural hospitals. And so I wanted to be part of working on that solid footing for people who needed that support. If healthcare is obliterated, we won't have hospitals in northern Maine at all. As it is, they're hanging on by their fingernails.
What?
Can I say something?
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Honestly, right now, I feel really strongly that is not, absolutely not, a matter of Republicans versus Democrats. And I think we notice the shift now. Definitely we're in the middle of class warfare. We've drug off so much money from lower and middle class people. The middle class is just about disappearing, and the wealthy have become so astronomically wealthy.
What does it look like up here?
Driving up here, you went through Bridgewater, you went through Mars Hill, you went through Monticello. How many businesses did you see alive and going there? Even up here, Presque Isle, of all of us, is doing a little better because it's a little bigger. People are sad up here. When I was first moving up many, many years ago, the ladies in my church down in Houlton said, "Oh, we used to always go to Fort Fairfield to go clothes shopping and back to school shopping. There's no place. We have a dollar store that's open now." When I was pastor in Fort Fairfield the first time for 15 years, in the time that I served that church, we kept the same number of people in worship, but the population of the town decreased by 1/3 during those years. That's a huge loss of people in the town. I know friends now who are really wrestling with selling their houses, but they feel like they're going to need to because they're getting older and they're going to have to move south to live closer to children because that's where their kids had to go to find work. And so young people move south to find work. Old people eventually move south to find better health care.
Donald Trump enjoyed his largest margin of victory in the state of Maine in Aroostook County.
People believed that Trump was going to turn around the economy. I have 16 grandchildren, so I feed a lot of people. And the prices in our grocery stores are horrific. They have not gone down. Our job situation has not gotten better at all. So, yeah, we're in trouble up here.
What's at stake locally here for Aroostook County in this year's elections?
Certainly locally, it matters to us who runs against Susan Collins, especially in Aroostook County, because if healthcare takes more hits, down south, there's the southern Maine, there's enough of it's going to be devastating to people everywhere, but there's enough of a population base that their hospitals will probably continue to be supported, and there's a lot more money in the southern part of the state. But up here in the north, if healthcare takes any more hits, our hospitals that are hanging on by fingernails will close. Houlton already had to close their labor and delivery center. So now if you're having a baby in Houlton, you have to, and the closest place you can drive to is Presque Isle. And this hospital will be threatened if there's any more healthcare cuts.
What do you think Democrats need to do? Is there any way that they can break through in this day and age and get taken more seriously in, small places where they're not getting a hearing?
Well, if you listen to Graham Plattner, he's getting a hearing in a lot of places. He's been up to Aroostook County. He's coming back. He's talked in Caribou. He cares about small towns, Aroostook County, and he speaks a language people understand because he understands people's concern about the economy, and he understands that we are indeed involved in class warfare now. Just look at those Epstein files and who gets protected and whose names and naked pictures are shared abroad, the victims. So I think there is a message of simple empathy and caring and understanding the economy, because Trump used that language well to motivate a base. And people in Maine care about their neighbors. It's part of being a rural community. You care about your neighbors.
Unorganized Territory is edited and produced by me. Sumner McCain wrote, recorded, and produced the music heard on today's show. You can subscribe to Unorganized Territory for free on Substack or listen on Apple, Spotify, and other major podcast platforms. Drop us an email or a comment. Let us know what you think. Unorganized Territory is a production of Waldo Station Media. I'm Jay Field. Thanks for listening.